Hey GlamFam, welcome to today's video. We're doing an over 40 beauty essentials video. I have not done a video like this in a few years, so I'm very excited. I just turned 44 by the time you guys watch this video, so I thought this is an appropriate time to just, refresh and just really talk about some of the products that I really feel like are essentials when you're over 40. So if you're new here, I'm Christy. I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button and click that post notification bell so you can get notified. We're here every Sunday at 8 a.m. Pacific time, and I'd love for you to become part of our GlamFam community. We have such a beautiful sisterhood and a very supportive. We have a very supportive, yeah, if I can get through this intro, we get to the video. No matter how old we are, beauty starts from within, right? So beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, number one, and beauty starts, you have to do what makes you feel beautiful. If like just lip gloss makes you feel beautiful, go rock it and feel beautiful. That's all that matters. These are beauty essentials that a glam girl like me likes to have. So you can kind of just take it with a grain of salt, take the ideas and go, okay, maybe I'll try that, maybe I won't. And I will give alternatives. I will have a whole affordable section also available. And this is my new shop list and a new link that I have now, you guys. This takes you to, it's an affiliate link, so I do get a kickback for it. I'm very transparent about that, but I hope that really helps you guys out because it does get, just overwhelming sometimes, I should say, when I talk about it in a video and you guys go, oh, I really want to use her link, but I don't remember when she said that. Well, now you have it all there. And I really am focusing on women over 40 because 30 to 40, your skin is changing from your 20s, but it's not quite where it's at when it gets to 40. As we all know, over 40, things just start to go downhill. Now, if you are new to my channel, a lot of my subscribers already know this, I have never had work done on my face. I have been blessed with an amazing mom who had amazing genetics. My mom's whole side all look super young, so I have been very, very blessed for that. Some people don't even believe me that I'm 44, and then some people may believe me, may think I'm older, I don't know. But anyway, I have never had work done. I've never had Botox, fillers, nothing done to my face. So nothing done to my entire body. As of yet, I'm not saying I'm not gonna do that stuff. I'm eventually gonna do that stuff, but I don't have the pocketbook right now to go out and get Botox. So for now, I just have to utilize products that help, kind of diminish it a little bit. So no topical product on the market is going to just take away your fine lines. It's just not going to happen, you guys. You have to get it. You have to get Botox or fillers or injections to facelifts to make that happen, right? But we can kind of slow the aging process down. And I think it all starts with skincare. Skincare is so vital. And as I've gotten older, I've realized the importance of it. I was lucky because I didn't use really any skincare up until recently, to be honest with you guys. I was very inconsistent on skincare until I discovered dermatology. I talk about this a lot in my videos, and if you are, a GlamFam sister already, you're probably sick of me talking about it, but truly, you don't know what this company has done for me internally and physically, because when my mom passed away, my hormones went out of control and I just started breaking out like crazy. Ever since my dad passed away, like four or 5 years ago now, and then my mom passed away shortly after, and I just couldn't control my hormones. I couldn't control my skin, and I was breaking out, and I was wearing all these makeup products with ingredients I didn't know about, and I didn't know affected my skin. I knew I never could use fragrance. That's a huge thing for me. I know a lot of people can't use fragrance and a lot of people like fragrance in their product. But for me, I just can't personally use fragrance in my products. So I discovered dermatology because I was watching Dr. Lee. If you haven't checked out these guys, I'm pretty positive. I watch a lot of dermatologists for skincare. I don't really watch other YouTubers. I watch a ton of them, so I don't know other dermatologists, but those are the ones that stand out to me the most, the ones I watch the most, I should say. And I bought their sunscreen because I'm really, really allergic to sunscreens. I never could use a sunscreen, not until I discovered dermatology. Every sunscreen broke me out. Supergoop came the closest, but then I started noticing bumps and I was like, darn it, because I really liked that one. Another thing is it's really difficult to find sunscreen that lies under makeup and is mineral sunscreen. And what I mean by lie under makeup is I mean makeup won't peel as you start layering it on top of your sunscreen. I'm not saying this is gonna work for you if you've tried everything, but if you haven't tried it, try it, because it is so affordable. It is so affordable in a sense where it's good quality. So I will have my code below, dermatology KRA20, and you get 20% off at checkout your entire purchase. That does not end. Every time you use my code, you get 20% off. So I would recommend using that. Now, I am just going to list all of the products right here that I use. The main ones that I really think for aging skin, I would say the needleless serum is a holy grail. I use that twice a day, you guys. And remember, always start off with your serums first, your lighter, your thinner consistency serums first, and then you end with your thicker moisturizing creams. And then I use the vitamin, or actually I go in with Hydrafader. That is an optional thing. That's because I have hyperpigmentation from scarring, from breaking out and picking at it, because I was terrible at it. This Hydrafader, it has not taken it away completely. It's only been 6 months, but my goodness, you guys, has my skin dramatically improved. I feel confident. I can wear light to light medium foundation and feel very comfortable. I could just go out of the house and not wear anything and feel comfortable. I could not say that 5 months ago. And I get emotional because it is. It's very, you know, it's mentally, it messes you up because you just, this is what I do for a living. I want to feel beautiful and I can't unless I layer on a ton of makeup. That's not right. That's not how it should be. And as we get older, we'll get into that in foundation, we don't want to keep building the foundation because that's when it starts creasing and showing our age. So we have to lighten up on the foundation, but I was caking on foundation. I was only using full coverage matte foundations, and that wasn't even great for my dry, normal to very dry skin sometimes. So the fact that I can go out and wear a light layer of foundation now, or nothing, is just, to me, heaven sent. So I tell the crew at Dermatology all the time, you guys don't know what you have done for me, not only just for my skin, but for me internally. So that's why I truly believe in this company, because I was purchasing their products before they even gave me a code for you guys. They reached out to me because I was talking about them a lot and I really liked their products. So needleless serum, the Hydrafader, and then I go in with vitamin C, E plus F, ferulic acid. I've talked about this in past videos. You can check that out. I'll put a card right there. But that is tremendously helped brighten my skin, and the texture, my skin texture has changed dramatically. I'm not exaggerating when I say that, you guys. I'm not exaggerating. It has changed my skin dramatically. And then I go in at nighttime with the nighttime peptide night cream, which is amazing. I was buying that on my own. Dermatology also has, they just came out with this before I was using that, water cream moisturizer. So good. So if you have very dry skin or even oily skin, this is good because it has that water base, so it's not going to make you too oily. So I think it's good for dry and oily skin. I also love spraying my skin with this when my skin is feeling extremely dehydrated, and this is the mineralized Vichy water. They just sent this to me in PR. I got my first PR, you guys. I'm so excited. Dermatology has been giving me PR, but I was like Vichy and Physicians Formula, so very excited, you guys, to try out some of their products as well. Anyway, this is really good. So I love that for night and morning, especially when I'm feeling really dehydrated. Another thing that I really love is the 10 times booster. I was buying this on my own before they sent me this, and this is the Hydration Booster 10 times by Dermatology. So good. So I will put everything on the bottom. I also use these, and these are huge for me. Right before I do my makeup, I put these on, so you can see right there. I'm putting them on, and I wait like 15 minutes before I take them off and start my entire skincare routine. But it is so good. Now I want to talk about this guy. So my over 40 ladies, you need one of these in your life. So think about this. We go to the gym to work out our muscles, right? To keep ourselves in shape, to keep ourselves toned up, and we concentrate a lot on that. A lot of us do. We like going to the gym, right? To do that. But do we really do that for our facial muscles? No, we don't. We need to work on our facial muscles, that's kind of a tongue twister, just as much as we need to work on our body muscles. So this little tool right here, and I know NuFace has one, I never had one, so this is the only one I've ever used. To be completely transparent, they sent this to me and we did a video together on Instagram. This actually goes with an app. This is like a smart device. So you can do the tutorials. So I'll show you right there. As I screen recorded, I do the tutorials with it. So it just tells you when you're supposed to stop and all that. It's just amazing, you guys. This is one of the coolest devices I have ever used on my face. And the best part about it is they gave me a code for you guys. So you can use my code in the link below and get yourself one of these devices as like a birthday present or a Christmas present, because let me tell you guys, you will love this. It's really, honestly, a huge game changer with mature skin. So you can still do Botox and do the microcurrent device. The MyoLift QT is just there as if for people like me that have never done Botox and just kind of want to start smoothing things out a little bit. Maybe not as much as what Botox would do, but it would help out a little bit more. And for people that do get Botox, it can extend the months in between. So just a quick rundown on what microcurrent is, if you're not familiar with it. It basically mimics the body's natural current. It's allowing the electricity to rejuvenate the skin. It triggers ATP, which is cellular energy production, which stimulates collagen and elastin. I just wanted to briefly touch on that. I know it went a little bit longer than I wanted to, but I kind of had to explain to you what it was. But I do really think that is a over 40 essential besides skincare products. Now let's just kind of jump into products that I just highly recommend, but you know, you don't have to, you could just go with my recommendation, and if you see something more affordable that's similar, then use that. But whatever you choose, you have to choose what's right for your skin type and your preferences. Let's start off with prepping, because that is really important for us ladies over 40. We need a good prep because good makeup starts with good skincare, products to help smooth the skin. It's like painting a house, right? You're always going to use a primer before you go in and paint a house, before you put the foundation on. So you want to make sure that you use primers. Primers are essential, and a lot of makeup artists will say you don't need a primer, a good moisturizer, and that is true. They're not lying, because if you find a really good moisturizer, and that could be up to your preference. For me, I'm just giving you recommendations on what's worked for my skin. This Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream, I've been talking a lot about this in several videos now, and it really has been a huge game changer with my foundations. I don't really feel like I have too many issues with foundations anymore because of this cream. And I can use this and not use a primer, and it still looks beautiful. I still feel like a smoothing primer makes a huge difference. Just my opinion, okay? How I like the finish of my skin, maybe let's put it that way. You can always mix an oil in, and if you have super ultra dry skin, I do always recommend putting some type of oil prior to putting on any type of foundation. So the Drunk Elephant is the only oil that doesn't break me out. This is the extra virgin marula oil, so I will have that link right there. You can see the prices. It comes like I think in 3 different sizes that you can get. So let's start off with how I prep my skin over 40. So I didn't show you this, but I do my skincare right when I get out of the shower or wash my face first thing in the morning. As somebody over 40, I have to be careful on the cleansers I use, and somebody who has very sensitive skin. So I like Aveeno Face Foaming Wash, and I like Vanna Cream for nighttime. That's the one I love. It has, especially if you have very dry skin, that is amazing. That is an amazing, affordable, extremely affordable, over-the-counter drugstore type cleanser. So I use that at night. I double cleanse. I use that and makeup wipes. I know makeup wipes are not, it's very controversial, but they work for me, and I like the simple makeup wipes. That's the only ones I'll use for sensitive skin. So I'll do that, and then I can't use a lot of those oils. They have a lot of the oils and balms and cleansers have coconut oil, caprylic, triglyceride. If you have pores, enlarged pores, or pores at all, or prone to breaking out, look for this ingredient right here. make sure that is not in your products, because that is going to increase, that's going to clog your pores if you have pores. If you don't have pores, ignore it. But if you do have pores, look for that ingredient. There are tons of foundations right now on the market, primers, moisturizers, all the clean beauty brands pretty much have that ingredient in there, which frustrates the heck out of me. So look for that ingredient. Be smart about your ingredients, you guys. Always check the ingredients and just really see if it's something that your skin can tolerate. Everyone's different. It's individual. You can't, what I am affected by, you may not be affected by. So keep that in mind. So what I do is, if I'm gonna do my moisturizers, I will do all of my skincare first. Let your skincare settle into your skin prior to makeup. At least 20 minutes, you guys, 15 to 20 minutes. I know you can go get a cup of coffee, go to the bathroom, choose your clothes, choose what you're gonna wear, let it settle in. And then I like going in with that product. That is the Smashbox Photo Finish Hydrating Eye Primer. You can use, this is meant to be for under your eye, not on top of your eyelid, but you can put it all over. So it doesn't matter. It's just really good. For my girls out there with really uber sensitive eye area like me, I crease like 50% less since I've been using this product. It's kind of a newer product to me and I really am obsessed with it. You guys know I really like, and I'll get into eyeshadow primers, but I really like the 24-hour eyeshadow primer as well. That's really good. And you can use that one underneath too. It's just a little bit thicker. This one's thinner. We want to be really delicate with that under eye area. You have to be super careful over 40 because we have to make sure we use products that are just delicate under the eye. You don't want to use ultra thick stuff. Generally, you just want to stick to thinner products underneath. That's what my dermatologist told me, at least. So thinner products, that's why I love this Vichy one. It is really, that's why I use the advanced eye cream. It's really, the advanced eye cream from Dermatology is really thin too, but I put that one on again and let that soak in, and then I go in with this. All right, the next step is then we go in with moisturizer, just regular moisturizer. This is thicker now, so that's why I saved this one for the last step before I do my primer and all that. This is amazing. We already talked about that. And then I go in with a primer, and typically it just depends on the foundation. So I don't really always say this is the one primer I use. It really depends on the foundation. It depends on my skin, and it depends on my mood a lot of the times. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Some really good moisturizing primers that I will have listed below are the Tatcha one. Amazing. This is smoothing and moisturizing. I don't know about oily skin though. I'd be careful with that one. And then Primerizer by Smashbox is really good too. This is really, really good for sensitive skin, non-comedogenic, no scent to it. That one has a slight scent to it. I don't think it affects my skin too much, but you know, be careful with that one. That Smashbox one I know doesn't, but that's ultra smoothing. That has a lot of skincare expensive properties in it that are really, really good. And then as far as like silicone based primers, my biggest recommendation is always going to be my Smashbox one. It's non-comedogenic, it's fragrance free, it's ultra smoothing. Ultra smoothing. So this one and my Clinique Pore Refining Solutions. This is in light. You guys, this is amazing too. For my no makeup days, I like putting this one on because this one's no color to it. This one has a slight skin tone color to it, but it is so smoothing. I mean, just smoothing. I mean, you could even see it on my hand. And that just, it almost looks like I have makeup on. It's just ultimately, and like if you have like a dry patch or your makeup is coming loose, like throughout the day, this is something good to keep in your bag, your purse, your work bag, and just kind of dot on like this, and it literally smooths out any imperfection areas and lies over makeup. This is actually meant to go over makeup, but it works good under makeup as well. This is like, nobody talks about this, and this is amazing. Amazing. Now, another one you could use is the Hourglass Veil Retouching. So this one has like a nude to it. So this one's good for like if you have like dewy skin, like if you have like a dewy finish. I don't know if I would recommend this one as much over, you know, like a lot of powders. It's good, but I don't think it's as good as this. It's good though. I mean, it's, if you have like a dewy complexion though, like you like that radiant finish and you really like to kind of keep that radiance, I would go with the Veil, the Hourglass Veil one, because this is a much better one for retouching. They're both great just to keep in your purse, just to have. This is in natural, by the way. I use natural and I use light in this, but really good. Another good thing, if you have a dry patch, I've talked about this in previous videos, is you can take a little bit of this oil, just kind of dot it in your hand, on the back of your hand like that. Take your sponge, okay, this is something you'd want to do at home, and then you can kind of, you know, dot this one in as well. If you have like dry patch areas that you want to kind of, you know, patch up a little bit, you know, it's been a long day, but you're gonna go out for the night to dinner, but you don't want to redo your makeup, that's a good way of doing that. And this is another amazing, amazing. This is something that I just think is a complete must-have in your makeup vanity. It's so, so, so good. I think teens to 30, you can probably get away with just using a moisturizer and putting foundation on. But if you're over 40, I highly recommend you using a primer, because we got a little bit more texture to work with, okay? And we gotta smooth out that texture before we put a smooth layer of foundation on. So I have talked a lot about, you know, using concealers, you know, concealers. What I'm learning though is concealers are more pigmented, okay? They're a little bit thicker. That's why they come in smaller packaging, right? You see, let's just, this versus, you know, Makeup Forever, okay, my holy grail right now. This is for a reason, because this is thicker and more pigmented. Now, if you use this very sparingly, it could be a really nice way of doing makeup, and I like that. I prefer that for every day, where just spot conceal some of the areas. A little goes a long way. You can take a little dab right there and you can spread it throughout the entire face, and it almost works like foundation. But you gotta be careful with it, because it is thicker, and our skin is thinner as we get older. It just starts thinning more and more, and that's when we have to be super careful with what we're putting on our face. That's why we have to stick to like thinner foundation formulas, because that's gonna wear the longest on us. But if we have areas where we want to spot conceal, you can do a little dab, but I would stick to something more liquid based, because when you're going into, let's just say, I love my NARS, you know, this is Soft Matte, is amazing. I put this on my eyelids, I put this around. Sometimes I never put a product like this as concealer under my eye. It's too thick, especially, I could when I was younger, but not anymore. This is way too thick. You need to stick to liquid concealers. I will give recommendations for liquid concealers. This is my #1 choice, but this is for my skin type. This is more of, it dries down to, I'd say more matte based, but there's nourishing avocado oil in it. Not great for the rest of your skin because it's going to clog your pores. I mean, it's like a comedogenic rating of 3, coconut oils 5. So not as bad as coconut oil, but it is hydrating. My other recommendation, if you have super dry under eyes, is to go with something like Anastasia Beverly Hills, where it is way more moisturizing, or you can even do Hourglass, has a really good one. So I will put my recommendations below on the concealers I think that are really great, that I've tried and are good for mature skin. I have some oldie but goodies in there as well, so you can check that out. I don't want to go through every single one because we'll be here all night. The other one, if you're really on a budget, is Maybelline Age Rewind, is a good one. Doesn't last as long as I think these do. And I think if you pay $10 more and realize how long you're using a concealer for, and you break that up, I would rather spend the $20-something than the $10 for something. Even though it's good, it's not as good as this. Okay, so let's just put it that way. There are affordable options, but in my opinion, this is just my opinion and my preference and how it's worn through the years, I just feel like these are the ones that I feel like wear the absolute longest. All right, we're just gonna kind of go down the list, and I'm gonna show you guys so you can see right there. Lumify drops are something I did forget to talk about. Those are amazing because as we get older, our eyes just get more tired looking, and we really want to keep them bright-eyed. This is like the biggest thing that I would recommend for women over 40, because we really want to brighten up our eyes, and anything that's going to make our eyes brighter we need, and that just whitens that white area. So that I didn't use it today and I can tell like it's red there. I totally forgot. I need to put like in front of my face or I'll forget. So always put it like in the front and center of your makeup. Do that before you put your makeup on. It is amazing. It's just eye drops, basically eye drops, but I would highly you can get it at Target. I will have the link below where you can get it. All right, this next product is I forgot to talk about it because I went out of order, but this is the Milk makeup, and they have this is so cool. This is the Kush Lip Balm, and it's like green tea, I think, extracts. It is so soothing, you guys. If you have very, very dry lips like I do, use this every day. It is so good, and it doesn't break me out. Sometimes a lot of the lip oils have coconut oil in it, and it will make me break out around my mouth. So that one, and I love this Kiehl's Ultra one too. Lip balm #1 is really good as well. So check that out. The other product I want to talk about, because I did focus a lot on this last year, the eye one. So I'll show you the eye one. I started off with the Peace Out eye stick, and that was really good, and it helps with that crow area, and it really makes the makeup glide on. These have retinol. The Peace Out brand has retinol. This is now the new face stick, so it's really good. You can smooth out your forehead. It's really good. Now, if you suffer from under eye like discolorization, Becca Smashbox now has a really good one. Bobbi Brown has a really good one. I personally love the Charlotte Tilbury. I'm in medium. I think that one works amazing, and you'll always want to put that on before you do your concealer. Okay, so I'm going to give you some options on foundations, but again, go with what my only recommendation, I would say, essential for over 40, is choose thinner consistency foundations if you want the lines to be less noticeable. If you want it to wear better throughout the day. Makeup's always gonna look amazing when you first apply it. It's gonna look amazing under my lights. It's natural daylight that tells all. So the best thing to do, especially, I mean, I do my makeup thick because I'm in front of camera, in front of lights. But for every day, this is too much. It's just too much. You can see it in natural daylight. Will I still rock it? Heck yeah, I still will. And I like it. But it is too much. For the average person, it's too much. So my recommendation is to go thin. Go thin with the foundations. You guys know I just did this review. The Makeup Forever HD Skin is my holy grail #1 foundation right now, just because it wears beautifully on me. Now, alcohol is the third ingredient here. Not a great ingredient. I will admit that. Not the best ingredient, especially not for dry skin people. So if you have dry skin, I have dry skin, but for some reason it works on me. So I have this on today. This is unbelievable too. The problem is it's a little tougher to get your hands on this, and I don't think it wears as nicely as the Makeup Forever HD one, but it's still beautiful, and I'll show you guys. This is the Lisa Eldridge. You can see me applying this. I went with shade 16. I actually wish, well, actually for the summer this will be good, but for the winter this might be a little too dark. Lisa Eldridge, if you're not familiar, is a professional makeup artist, and she had her own YouTube channel, and now she has her own makeup line. She is incredible, you should watch her channel, incredible makeup artist, and she felt like there was something missing from the market, and she filled it, and she really wanted to concentrate on mature skin. This doesn't have any ingredients in it that affect my skin. I don't even have an affiliate link for this. This is simply, I would be recommending it because I think it's good. It's expensive though, it's pricey. I'm not fond of the packaging. I know she wanted something unique that would lay down like that, but you can't, I like to stand my foundations up like this, so unless you keep the box, then you really, I mean, unless you find something that you can put it in, right, to really lock it in there, but I have to keep this box in order for me to stand it up. I don't know, I like it, and I thought that was gonna be my #1 foundation, to be honest with you, but I still preferably love this one. And again, I have normal, very dry skin at times, normal to dry normally, so on average. Another foundation, if you do have dry skin, I highly recommend is the Beautiful foundation. It is Charlotte Tilbury's brand new foundation. She knows what she's doing with her products. It took her a long time. It was medium coverage, something that was really missing from the market, but it still builds into something. I like the HD one because I like a little bit more glam. For everyday, I use powder foundation. So for me, everyday, I'd only be using that for special occasions, the Makeup Forever one. This is a good one to wear as an alternative on an everyday. NARS Radiant Longwear Foundation, Punjab is my color, 5N in the Charlotte Tilbury, by the way. This one is amazing. It's really good. It just creases, it lies on top of the skin, okay? Let me just put it that way. I feel like the Charlotte Tilbury, this Lisa Aldridge one, and the Makeup Forever one actually go into the skin. And I do notice the one thing I love about this Lisa Aldridge is I don't see any type of creasing at all. And I've had this on now because I have filmed a lot today. I've had this on for over 8 hours now, and it has held up beautifully. So I do have to say that. I just still like the Makeup Forever one just a little bit more. But NARS has always been a tried and true. Armani Luminous Silk is always a beautiful one. Again, a very expensive one. As far as affordable options, this is the only one I would recommend, and this is the Sephora Best Skin Ever. The color range in general is not my favorite, to be quite honest. That's the only thing that I felt like was lacking there. I just didn't like the undertones as much. And for me, when I look for a foundation, it's so personal. Like, it's really hard to recommend one for you guys because it's personal. I'm just giving you the ones that I like. Some people like foundation. I know Amber, our GlamFam sister, likes only wearing powders. She doesn't really like any concealer products, and it wears really well for her, which defies the whole general rule of mature skin shouldn't use powder. Take that with a grain of salt. And there's a lot of YouTubers that are, you know, in their 40 range or even 30 range that say, oh, I won't set, I crease, it's terrible, it makes me look older. Honestly, you guys, if you put concealer on and you're over 40, you need to set that concealer. You will hear all of the top makeup artists tell you that. You gotta set your concealer. I don't care if you don't set the rest of your face, that's up to you. Set your concealer. And it just depends on the powder you use. For me, I don't have that problem of it caking up. These are the powders that I enjoy. I personally like using less liquid concealer and setting down with a foundation type powder. I found this one to be the absolute best for that. And this is the One Size Turn Up the Base Foundation Powder. And this is in 2R. To brighten your under eye, you want to go with more the rosier undertones, okay? The more pinky, peachy undertones. This is a rosy undertone. This is perfect for setting that under eye and making it look flawless. This is 8 hours, okay? 8 hours. It still looks, here, let me do a cell phone picture for you guys. Do it right there. That is my holy grail. I've gone through 3 of these already. Have to have that. But you're like, Chrissy, that's just too thick for me. I just really want something lightweight. So I'm gonna give you the recommendations. So the 2 I would recommend the most would be Pat McGrath Sublime Blurring Under Eye Setting Powder. And it comes in light, medium. I think there's even like a yellow one now. And then deep. I like the deep one to set a cream contour. Sets that beautifully. And then the other one I would recommend for under eye, if you want lightweight, is just the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powders. I actually use that on top of my One Size one. I use Diffuse Light. I like the yellow undertones for that. I think it just sets it so beautifully. I take my Wayne Goss airbrush. This is the one brush I would highly, highly recommend. It goes out of stock all the time because it is a fan favorite to a lot of people. And this is just so beautiful for just smoothing out those under eyes. It is phenomenal, that Hourglass. And that brush, I can't set my under eyes without that brush. Another way to set my makeup, I've recently used this in a video. I bought it when I bought the HD foundation, and I fell in love with this puff, okay? And the thing about this foundation on Makeup Forever is you can get the travel mini size for $22 if you don't want to invest in the full one. This is at $12, I want to say. I'll put it right there. This is such a phenomenal puff. You guys know I used Forever Puff forever. I do like the Power Pocket Puff from Beauty Blender is really good. I was using that before, but there's something something about this sponge that just, this one and Laura Mercier both have probably the best powder puffs on the market, but this one is just ultimate. If you are a powdered foundation girl, try your powdered foundation with this. You'll never go back. It is phenomenal. And setting, I like setting for setting my under eye area. It's just unbelievable, that powder puff. So it's finding the tools, because sometimes people put on powders and they do it with a brush and it just sits on top of the face. That's where this guy comes in. You want to make sure you're pressing that foundation in for it to lock and stay all day. I don't even care if you're not wearing a lot or you're not doing a lot of powder. Setting that down and pressing that into the skin. You can go over it with this brush, which is my holy grail Chikuhodo brush, $178. This was well worth it for me. I have used this for 2 years now, every single day, and it is the best brush ever. I've washed it multiple times. This is something I will have for the rest of my life. So I don't care that I made that investment. It is so soft. It doesn't lift up the makeup. It doesn't cake on the makeup. This is the best brush I have ever used in my entire life. I could not live without this brush. I'm being dramatic, but I'm really, it's a point I'm trying to make. But yeah, this is, if you had problems with powder, invest in a powder puff. I don't even care if it's on Amazon for starters, but for 12 bucks, I'd go with the good one. And it will make all the difference in the world when you do that. You can set it down. This is my holy grail setting powder. This is Charlotte Tilbury. This is Airbrush Flawless in medium. You guys know, huge fan favorite of this guy. So we did the under eye area. I gave you all my recommendations for that. As far as setting the rest of the face, this is something I would invest in, some type of airbrush type powder. This is the one. This one and Perfect Setting Powder by Chantecaille are my ultimate favorites, you guys. Ultimate favorites. So this is in light. This one only comes in 2 shades. I think this one comes in 4 shades now. This is light, and then light medium, and then this is deep tan. I like the deep tan for setting my contour, just like I would with the Pat McGrath one. Either one works. This is more pore refining. I think this is just, it's really, really good. Let me show you guys. So I like setting my contour with this rougher number 4 brush. It's my favorite brush to set my contour with, but it just smooths out that cream contour and takes away any harsh lines. This is incredible. This powder is magical. This is made for ladies over 40. Made for ladies over 40. You don't need both of these. I'm extra. I like both of them. This is more pigmented. So if you're looking for a little bit more coverage, this is good. They both do the trick, and this is more translucent. So let's just say, Christy, I don't really like powders, but I want to get rid of my pores. This is what you need in your life, because this is phenomenal. Another powder recommendation I really love, I talk about it all the time, but this is the glam girl in me, so just ignore it. These are just again, options. Decide on which one works for you. This is what I do for a living. This is what I love. Makeup is my passion, what I like to invest my money in. So Eden powder, this is not talked about at all, but it really is nice and smoothing. If you didn't want to use the one size, use the NARS one. It is so good. This one's a little bit lighter than that one. So this is, some days I just use this one and I love it. I use this to set my eyeshadow base with. You'll see it in this last video when I created this eyeshadow look for St. Patrick's Day. This is amazing to set your eyeshadow base down with and to clean up. I clean up the edges with it. I hit pan on this so many times because I love this powder so much. So I will put all the powders I like there. Other alternatives. Now, as far as loose setting powders, some people only like loose powders and some people like to bake. Baking locks in your makeup for special events. It's not something you should do on an everyday basis, or you have to do, I should say. But this is the only powder I like to bake with. This is the Hourglass Veil powder. I know Charlotte Tilbury is really good in Makeup Forever HD for super oily skin, but for dry skin, normal skin girls, I don't recommend those. I recommend this. This is phenomenal. I baked with this today, and even when I had the worst dry skin issues there for a while before I started my dermatology stuff, I had really itchy, dry, ugly, patchy skin. This is the only powder I was able to really work with. So that is really good. And sometimes with under the eye area, if you're baking under there, especially as ladies over 40, we have crepier, you know, more textured area, you want to stick to this one because it's so finely milled and so incredibly thin that it's just, it's a dream come true. All right, NARS light reflecting powders are really good as well. Anything with those light reflecting particles are always going to trick the eye, so it's really good for fine lines. Just keep that in mind. Let's go into eyebrows because I think that is really essential for ladies over 40. We really want to try to make sure we maintain our eyebrows and really, you know, maintain shape and all of that. We want to make sure we are getting them the right color because as we get older, I have white hairs that popped in there, they get gray as we even get older. So maintaining your eyebrows is really important and maintaining structure. We're not going to do the soap brow effect. I'm not even going to go into that. But this one product I have on today, and it is the only product that really locks down those hairs, even not creating that soap brow effect, is this Anastasia Brow Freeze. I really love this stuff. You can do the NYX glue. That one's really good as well for an affordable option, but nothing's better than that Brow Freeze. Oddly enough, so e.l.f. came out with their version of that, kind of a copycat version of that. Not good. Sorry, not great at all. But I have to say, I have the Anastasia version of the spatula that comes with the brow, or not comes with, I had to buy it. I bought it, but the Brow Freeze, I don't know where it's at. Oh, it's right here. This is the ABH one, so it's a lot bigger, but this is like a metal. I feel like they spent more money in the e.l.f. one than the ABH one. I would highly recommend this one more. I love this product. I also love it for depotting and stuff like that. You can use that, but this is such a great product to scoop out the Brow Freeze, put it on the top of the cap, really spread it out, and then take your spoolie and really comb through the brows. It's something that it is better on clean skin versus but I did it with my makeup already on, so it does work and I like it, but I love this spoolie. This is really great. You can get this at Ulta. So good. All right, as far as brow tints, you know, like a lot of people like to color their brows, especially as we get older. I would recommend doing, you know, like brow gels. Okay, so my favorites are Linda, Charlotte Tilbury, or actually it's Taupe now. I love Lime Crime Bushy Brow, which is baby brown is my color. I still love the Benefit one, Gimme Brow. Amazing. I use shade 1. If you have blonde hair like me and you're naturally dark, you just have highlighted blonde hair, I just talked about this in this video. Where is that product at now? It's this product right here. I'll show you guys. It's the Senna, which is a brand that concentrates a lot on brows. It's more for professional makeup artists, but I have the link below where you can purchase it. And I think it's been on sale for like $17 or something like that. This is really good for my girls out there that kind of want to give, like I have it on today, where it kind of lightens my brows so they're not so harsh. You know, and I think that's really important. You don't want your brows to look harsh. You don't want your brows, in my opinion, to stick out more than your eyeshadow look. That's just my opinion, my preference, but I love that. Scott Barnes uses that on JLo, and that's where I got it from, and I fell in love with that product. It is amazing, and it really lightens the brow, like it leaves like almost like a highlight in your brow. It is very unique, and it actually holds those brow hairs too. All right, as far as eyeliners go, so we'll just kind of quickly touch on eyeliner and eyeshadow because that's all preference at that point. So eyeliners, this is the one I would recommend the most because I do feel like this is what really helps with mature eyes. So going with, you know, liquid liners are all preference. I'll put my recommendations there. Kat Von D has a really good one. I love using this Lily Lash one when I'm wearing false lashes. That helps, it's a glue too, but you really want to find liners that just flatter the eye, okay? And if you're even if you don't wear false lashes, even if you're just wearing mascara, putting an eyeliner right there, you know, right into that upper waterline is really going to make a huge difference with your makeup and your mascara. Huge difference with false lashes because it brings it together so that you don't have a missing gap there, especially us dark-haired girls are okay, natural dark hair, but for blondes, you really want to make sure you're using a black liner to really fill in that gap so that there's not such a difference there. And this is the only one I would recommend. This is the Hourglass 1.5 millimeter. It comes in a 3-pack now for $50, whereas I think one is $22. I would highly recommend getting that in the sale. I just got the 3-pack and I think it's worth it because I go through this a lot because there's not a lot of product in here. I tried the Revlon one, which is kind of a dupe for it. Not as good. This is much, much better. The Makeup Forever one is really good too, the black one, but it can get kind of messy. I like that one because it's so precise. It holds all day. It does not aggravate my eyes. Again, super uber sensitive eyes. That makes a huge difference. That is really going to make your eyelashes stand out. Even if you don't use false lashes, it really helps trick the eye with mature eyes. So even if you don't wear anything else, you don't wear any eyeshadow, I would still do that because you're just putting it on the rim and then putting your mascara on. Anytime you put a pinky color in there, it's going to make your eyes brighter. It's going to make them look younger and youthful. This is an old makeup trick that photographers would have makeup artists do for the eyes, like Marilyn Monroe and stuff like that. Like just really like whitening that waterline right there. This is not something that anyone created recently. This goes back, okay? But really sticking to more pinky tones, like not pink, like light, because I don't like pink tones, but like nude, you know, this is like a nude, but it has like a pink undertone, is going to brighten the eye more. It is absolutely stunning. This color is perfect. So I'll put the color of this one and then the new Melt Cosmetics one I really want to try because I think that's even more like a peachy tone, peachy pink tone, which is, oh, it looks beautiful. So I'll have it right there. You can check that out. I'm losing my voice. Now, as far as eyeshadow bases, all preference, I would, like you do your face, I'd highly recommend doing an eyeshadow base before you do your eyeshadow. It is a necessity in my opinion. There's no way your eyeshadow is gonna go on beautifully and stay all day without a primer. You have to prime that eye. So like I said, the Smashbox one, the 24-hour one, is good for very natural days for me because I'm always doing glam. I love this new Juvia's Place one. This has been a Urban Decay Potion Eden. Huge favorite of mine. Use that one for years, but I love this one. This is the Juvia's, I think it's $12. This is in Fair, I want to say, shade 1, which is the lightest one. I tried the medium, the 2, way too dark. So if you're my skin tone or lighter, do not get anything besides the 1. This a little goes a long way. Shake this up first or it's going to come out oily. This is really good. This is a good dupe to the P. Louise, but I think it's even better than the P. Louise, and I never thought I'd say that. Eyeshadows, all preference. Usually ladies over 40, over 50, over 60 don't like a lot of eyeshadow. So the 2 shadows I would recommend for mature skin would be the Viseart. Viseart is your ultimate best friend if you still like to wear eyeshadow. That is a mature lady's best friend. If you haven't tried it, invest in it. I am not kidding you guys. It makes a huge difference. Viseart mattes with the warm, the neutral. I just picked up and have been raving about this one. This is the 03 Bridal Satin. I have videos that you can check out earlier this year that just, and I will have a playlist at the end of this video that will go through all of demos from most of these products that I'm talking about. But that is, I literally can create a look just from that eyeshadow. Let's just quickly get into the bronzer and blushes so we can wrap this up. So we have the bronzers I highly recommend are smoothing bronzers, things that are gonna really go over our older skin nicely. I think Charlotte Tilbury probably has the ultimate best bronzer. You can buy the original one, which is I think $55, and then you can get the refills now for like 40 something dollars. You can just buy the refill and put it in a Z palette as well. You don't have to buy the component if you don't want it. I don't even use the component. I use it in my Z palette for that's medium. I also have tan for the summer when my skin's really tan. That one's really beautiful. They glide on. They're so mistake proof, and a lot of people are intimidated with makeup, and a lot of people that may be watching this video are just like, oh, this may be way too much, Christy. But again, I'm just giving recommendations, and the timestamps are below so you can see where you want to go with it. But for bronzers, I do think bronzers are really important, especially in the summertime. I think it really just gives that sun-kissed glow to the skin, and it, again, making you more youthful. You can check out my other bronzer recommendations. I love the Victoria Beckham bronzer brick. I have that one in my Z palette with they pop out as well, and you can buy the refills as well on that, so you don't have to get the full component. And then the Hourglass one, you guys know I've been talking about this a lot recently. Hourglass bronzers are phenomenal for mature skin. They have a little bit of a gleam to them, almost like that Viseart shadow, you know, type thing, but they don't accentuate texture, and that is really difficult to find. So you can do their regular bronzers. They weren't pigmented enough for me, so I like a lot of pigment. If you don't like a lot of pigment, go with the original bronzers. This is actually a face palette for darker skin girls, but it works really well for a bronzer. But this is so, so pretty, and I just like taking like this Wayne Goss number 12 brush, and it's just so beautiful. They're so mistake proof. You just cannot go wrong. You can slap this on your face so quickly and never make a mistake. It's that good. And then as far as blushes, my number one blush I still always go back to is my Cover FX blushes. I have every single color. This is Warm Honey. I have that on. I think Pink Dahlia is the perfect tone for mature skin because it's more of a pinky undertone, because it gives like a glow to the skin, and that's what we want. We want to look youthful. We want to look glowy. It's this color. It is the most beautiful pink. I use this one majority of the time. It's so good. The Hourglass Vanish Blush Stick, I have a video on that. Absolutely love that one. That's Sacred. Oh, it's such a beautiful color. This new Victoria Beckham one is really good. I think this is in, which one is this? Mini skirt, yeah. This is so beautiful. It's a beautiful color and actually looks really pretty on the lips too. It is pretty and it's hydrating. So you can use this for your lips, but clean that off before you put it on your cheeks. I always do my cream blushes. I put the brush on to the stick, and then I do the same brush all the time because, again, this is my favorite one, and just you know, dab it on because I have control that way. I love the Makeup Forever one, you guys. That's probably my ultimate favorite right now, to be quite honest. Shiseido has a beautiful one. I've talked about that in previous videos. All right, let's jump into highlighters really quick. So very few highlighters I really love. Hourglass. Oh, that's such a beautiful one for mature skin. Brilliant is my favorite shade. It just glides over mature skin so beautifully and is a very subtle glow and a very subtle highlight. Now, as far as lip products go, my favorites are, oh gosh, you guys, Lawless Forget the Filler is a mature lady's dream. It's just amazing. It really literally fills in the lines and it kind of plumps the lips up a little bit. I think they just really like smooth out the lines and just make mature lips look a lot better. And again, another area a lot better. And again, another area of our face that we need to work on as we get older. So finding the right glasses. As far as lipsticks go, there are only two lipsticks I highly recommend, and that's the Makeup by Mario. This is Sam, and then Natasha Denona, I Need a Nude Charlotte. That is my perfect JLo color. I love, love, love her I Need a Nude lipsticks. And then I love this new Makeup by Mario one. This is so good, you guys. This is a lip one. This one lasts all day long. I had this in a previous video I just did, I think, right recently. I want to say it was the One Size BBB foundation. So good. Became a huge favorite of mine. And then as far as lip liners go, right now my holy grail is my Anastasia one. This is in Hazelnut. I love the MAC ones. This is Stripped Down. Those are my favorite colors. And then Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude and Persona Almond. Those are my absolute favorites. Contour by Pat McGrath. Oh my gosh, that's a good one as well. So I will have all those recommendations right there. Now let's get down to setting our makeup. So there's a lot of setting sprays on the market. There's so many good ones, and to me, it's just all preference. I love the Morphe Continuous Mist Spray. That's just always been a tried and true favorite of mine. I think it melts powders in so beautifully. It just melts your makeup in so pretty. You can spray. I love that it's an aerosol spray that I can spray it right now. It's not going to mess up my makeup. So I love that about that. I hope that was helpful to you guys. I can still do a very minimal one. Comment below. I can do an actual tutorial on Over 40 Beauty. Comment below if you want to, I need to know if you guys want to see that. A lot of new products come out, so I'm trying to release those videos as well. So if I don't get to it right away, I will get to it, but I wanted to get to breaking down my essentials and letting you guys know I do have a list now that you can just easily go to. So instead of having, well, I still want you, I mean, watch the video as many times as you want because that helps my channel out. But if you want to like follow along with my list on your iPad, like I have it on my iPad right now, I have the list. So really easy to get to. Again, that really helps me out when you guys utilize my links. I really appreciate all the love and support. And if you're new here, before you go, please remember to hit that subscribe button and click that post notification bell. Join our beautiful Glam Fam. We're here every Sunday at 8 a.m. Pacific time, and we'd love for you to join our beautiful Glam Fam sisterhood. Please give this video a huge thumbs up, you guys, before you go. If you like it, please hit that like button. And please, I can't even remember what I'm trying to say because I'm so tired and I'm already losing my voice. And please comment below and say hello. I love hearing from you guys. Follow me at Christy Allure on Instagram, on TikTok, Christy Allure, and on my blog, ChristyAllure.com. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys. Love you. Bye.